Hi Harshana, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. And you?
Great. It's my pleasure to have this chat with you. As you know, I was always wanting to know about your journey. And my first question to you is please tell me about the journey of Gito's shop as well as your artistry. Because I know you also are an artist as well.
Yes, well, Gito started in 2011 when we took over from the old owner.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, since then till now, Gito's has been running. It's had a bit of a move from the old
Mm-hmm.
shop to the new shop. So we're currently in Eldorado Park at the Shoprite Center near the post office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we sell sweets, all sorts, all the poker lines, ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
frozen stuff. So, yeah.
And what about your artistry? But because I know that you also like doing art and all that.
Art started at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
at the age of 7,
Wow.
when I had a traumatic experience and went into art to get to myself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I've been drawing and painting and doing anything that's creative. Instead of talking to people, I started doing art that made art my voice, and but I've never shown it to anyone. So until recently, 2018, I started with getting my art out there to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Try and really give a voice to the art. And yeah, I'm self-taught, so natural-born artist with no formal training in education in fine arts. I have whatever I know, I've learned by myself. So experimental journey, I guess, with
Mm-hmm.
yeah, trying to put my feelings on a piece of paper
Hmm.
any chance I get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question to you is who do you look up to, I would say, in the business world as well as the art world?
Business world, there are so many people out there now at the moment. Business world, I would say people like what's his name? Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Steve Jobs is one guy
Mm-hmm.
with the Apple iPhone and getting it out there design
Mm-hmm.
wise
Mm.
and yeah, technology from there.
Mm-hmm.
And who else is who else is out there is there's a lot of Tony Robbins is someone I look up to
Mm-hmm.
when I need a push and a shove, a little bit of pep talk to get
Mm-hmm.
me going.
Mm.
So yeah,
And what about in the art world? Like, who do you look up to art-wise?
art world. There's an artist called Carla Grace. She's in Australia doing
Okay.
wildlife art.
Mm-hmm.
She does realistic paintings of wildlife. She's originally from South Africa, but she's got a family now in Australia. I moved to Australia with a house and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Studio. I've always wanted to be my own kind of boss as such,
Mm-hmm.
but having my own art studio and design studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I look up to her as to the ideal life, I guess, being home and still being able to be an entrepreneur
Mm.
with art.
Okay, so what have your highs been with the highs been in general in terms of art and anything else in life?
Highs, I've had a few exhibitions when I sold a few paintings. I sold about six paintings now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they all not they outside South Africa, so they're not in South Africa. So all in USA at the moment, and that was a big high. And then I've done Lens Art Expo, which was a big exposure event,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a few other art exhibitions I've been to. So those are highs on the art side, and then on the business side, I would say me running the shop for the first 5 years was a big high for me
Okay.
to learn the business world, how it, how things work, how things run in a business.
Hmm.
And what else? And well, in design, I'm interior designer as well. So in design world, there's an architect I love. Who's called Zaha Hadid, who's gone
Mm-hmm.
beyond like the norms of architecture and design, and she's totally out of the box kind of a designer that I've always looked up to. Being a
Mm-hmm.
woman in a man's world
Mm-hmm.
is someone that I look up to. Yes,
Okay, cool. So what have been your lows?
those lows have been many, but
Uh-huh.
you learn from your lows the most. So lows. Well, I've had a lot of lows since I was a child, so it's
Okay.
always been a struggle. It's always been a battle to get where I want to be,
Mm-hmm.
to fight for what I love, to just go out there and do it and hope something comes of it.
Okay. So what are your plans for the rest of this year and beyond?
Rest of this year, I'm taking art to a new level for me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm doing much more in design.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for new opportunities in design,
Mm-hmm.
mainly retail design, high-end residential retail. Trying to start my own thing with design studio and cabinetry making, 3D visualizations, architectural plans, and shop fit drawings. So that's hopefully I finish my house at the end of this year. And yeah, that's about it for this year.
Okay. And what about beyond that?
Beyond that, 5 years, well, let's just reach 5 years.
Okay.
And then 5 years, I would say, hopefully, I'm in a gallery,
Okay.
someplace exhibiting my
Uh-huh.
art that's been not, not, can I say, not boxed in a canvas, but more showing who I am,
Mm-hmm.
showing, showing art being free, something different.
Okay. All right. My final question to you is, what would be your words of, let's say, inspirational guidance for people in the business and art world? What would you say for the upcoming people?
Well, you've got to be happy doing art. You can't do art if you're not happy doing it. You know, you've got
Mm-hmm.
to be yourself, be original, and be true to you.
Mm-hmm.
My artist statement is art is created from an energy of happiness, which
Mm-hmm.
brings happiness to the viewer. If you're not happy, the viewer is not going to be happy at all. I allow my artworks to stand as it is in its
Mm-hmm.
nakedness for the viewer to embrace the piece with an open mind and develop their own love for it. So they've got to create their own story from what you give them. So, yeah.
Okay. Shana, thanks so much for your time and hopefully the first of many.
Rest of me. Thanks for the opportunity.
Welcome.